A long time ago, people began to settle down after the great flood that covered the earth. They found a wide and beautiful plain in a land called Shinar. Here, they decided to live together, work together, and build a new future. Back then, everyone spoke the same language, so communication was easy and teamwork came naturally. One day, someone had a big idea. "Let's build a city," they said. "Not just any city, though. Let's make it amazing. And at the center of our city, we'll build a tower so tall it reaches the heavens." The crowd cheered. They loved the idea. They thought this tower would make them famous, a sign of their greatness. But most of all, they wanted to stick together and not be scattered across the earth. So, they got to work. They made bricks out of clay and baked them in the sun. They used tar to stick the bricks together, and slowly but surely, their tower began to rise. Every day the people marveled at how high it was getting. "We're unstoppable," they said. "When this tower is finished, everyone will know how great we are." But as the tower grew taller, something else started to grow: pride. The people were no longer thinking about God who had saved them from the flood. Instead, they were focused on their own achievements. They wanted to make a name for themselves, forgetting that everything they had was because of God. God saw what they were doing. He saw their pride and how they were trying to build a life without Him. God knew this wasn't good for them. If they could do this now, while united, their pride and selfishness would only grow. They would forget Him completely and drift further away from His plan. Then something strange happened. The workers on the tower started speaking in different languages. One asked for a brick, but the other handed them a bucket of tar. Someone shouted, "Pass me the rope," but the person next to them just scratched their head. They couldn't understand each other anymore. Before long, the work stopped. Without understanding, they couldn't finish the tower. The people grew frustrated and decided to leave. They scattered across the earth, just as God had originally intended. And so, the grand Tower of Babel was never completed. It became a symbol of what happens when people put their own plans above God's. God wanted them to rely on Him, not on their own strength or pride. This story reminds us to trust in God's plans. It's not about how high we can build or how great we think we are. True greatness comes from walking humbly with God and relying on Him for guidance. After all, His plans are always better than ours. Thank you for watching. Until next time, remember to build your life on God's foundation, not your own.